Hey everybody, Greg Segovia here, and I want to talk specifically to the younger insurance agents today. Being a young insurance agent can be both challenging and intimidating at times, as some people may question your capabilities because of your age. Many insurance agents today are advancing in age and are beginning to retire, and this trend will continue into the near future, creating an opportunity for new agents to enter the industry. The tips in this article can help you deal with some of the challenges that come with being a young insurance agent and help set you on the path of becoming a true professional. So let's get into it. First off, acknowledge the young elephant in the room. When you're talking to a senior about insurance, there is no getting away from the fact that you may be far younger than your prospect and nowhere near the age of someone using that coverage. This might make some young people feel a little uncomfortable, like they aren't being taken seriously on the subject. This is usually just in your own head though, and is not the case from the standpoint of your prospect. If you present yourself professionally and are knowledgeable about your subject, your prospective client will see you as the expert that you are. So you're much better off embracing your youth and the energetic enthusiasm that often comes with it. The reality is, if you know what you're talking about and how to guide your prospect through the process of discovering a coverage that fits their needs, then most people will trust you regardless of age. Next, focus on your education. Enthusiasm and passion can get you started, but you need to be educated about the carriers and plans you are selling. If you want to be at the top of your game in the insurance industry, you have to continuously be learning about the different carriers and plans available out there. When you first get started, it'll be like drinking from a fire hose. You'll be learning about sales, industry guidelines, insurance knowledge, and more. You'll have to bring a lot of motivation to the table in order to absorb that knowledge in a timely manner. But don't let this discourage you. It's all worth it once you get a little experience and start building a base of clients. Next, make sure you dress for success. This will differ depending on your client base, but considering the senior insurance market as an example, you would likely want to dress on the conservative side. Dress standards have relaxed over the years, but you should still consider what your clients might think when they meet you for the first time. Remember, you have to overcompensate for a misconception your prospects have about your seeming lack of experience. This may sound rather old-fashioned or even judgmental, and maybe you're correct. Nevertheless, if you want to serve a population while establishing your credibility, you will need to play in their world. So don't let something simple like your wardrobe prevent you from getting customers and building your base successfully. Next, be well prepared and organized. Nothing says unprofessional like being disorganized or unprepared. This applies to professionals of all ages, of course. It is important to do your homework before meeting with the prospect. You may not have a lot to go off of, but use every piece of information you have on your prospect to prepare for your call or meeting. Do your best to anticipate questions and create your own questions and needs assessment before meeting with them. Take notes and keep them organized. You don't want to be fumbling around looking for information when you need it. And much like the way you dress, you need to overcome the perception of being inexperienced by being the most prepared and organized person they've ever worked with. Next, embrace the power of social media. If you are under the age of 35, then technology has been a part of your life for as long as you can remember. This can be a big advantage when it comes to learning about social platforms and advertising on those platforms. This is where you can separate yourself from your more experienced competition who may be a little bit more tech shy. Being more comfortable and familiar with technology will allow you to quickly learn and master these tools to employ them for your benefit. And if you are comfortable making videos, then you can really take things to the next level. Keep it simple though. Many people overcomplicate this and never even get started. Your videos can be a minute to a few minutes long and simply give helpful information that your audience can use. You'll be surprised how many people will begin to appreciate your information once you start sharing. In this way, you can set yourself apart as an expert in your field. And this can help you not only overcome the stereotype of being inexperienced, but bring you a larger audience that will continue to grow as long as you continue to serve them great information. Next, learn to be a good listener. Being a good listener is one of those things that everyone will say they understand, but a considerable number of salespeople just aren't doing it right. Good listeners know the subject well enough to be able to ask intelligent questions and then leave the appropriate space for your prospect to fully express themselves. A poor listener waits to find errors in other parties' logic so they can correct them and introduce their own idea. That isn't good listening, though. That's called debating. And that type of salesperson is trying to convince his prospect of something. So the interaction quickly becomes a one-way conversation. It's important to be able to zero in on what the other person is getting at without wandering or changing the subject. And by asking the right questions and listening intently, you will not only understand your prospects better, but establish your expertise and consequently make more sales. Next, choosing the right plans to sell. This is more of a personal choice, to be honest. What suits your personality? What areas are you most interested in? Do you know anyone successfully selling insurance that could mentor you? There are a number of things to consider, but you will have to navigate those on your own to find something that fits you. There are pros and cons to selling different types of insurance. It really comes down to simply choosing one that you can see yourself talking about and helping people with regularly. At PSM, we have established a strong portfolio of companies and products and have introduced quoting and sales technology to help our agents get a jump start to success. So if you're having trouble deciding what products to offer, our marketers are here to answer any questions you may have. Next, network with the population you serve. Being face-to-face with the population you serve is a must. It will not only get you seen and known by the people you meet and the people they refer to you, but you will get insight into what they think is important and the questions they have. If you aren't comfortable being in front of large groups, you can start small. Find small groups of an audience to get in front of, and don't avoid it because it's uncomfortable. It will get more comfortable if you put yourself in that situation a few times, so get started while you're young. For example, if you are selling Medicare supplements, then you may want to give a talk to a group of seniors at a senior community, or offer a webinar online. It's not the easiest thing to do well, but if you start while you are young, you will become proficient at it, and the benefits will become obvious over time. Next, you're building a business, so think long term. When you decide to become an insurance agent, you are accepting the fact that you are building a business. You have to be willing to put in the work early to build your book of business, and this means that the first few years may be lean years as far as your paycheck goes. If you are in that early period and feeling a little frustrated, keep your head up. Think of the first few years as your investment in building your own company. When you do the work and put your head down for a few years, you will begin to see your book of business start to grow and understand the power of the residual income it can provide. You are working for yourself, and the work you do early in your career will bear fruit later on for sure. Lastly, consider the career outlook. For those young agents in the trenches second-guessing themselves, we have some statistics that should help you stay positive about your career. Compared to many other occupations in the U.S., insurance agents have a growing, stable, and financially sound employment outlook. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the position is expected to grow by at least 10.2% by 2029. The average age of an independent insurance agent in 2023 is 46 years old, and many are over the age of 46 and are planning on retiring in the near future. So over the next 10 years, we're going to see a large number of agents retiring, creating a surge in demand for new insurance agents. Couple this with the fact that baby boomers are turning 65 at an explosive rate, and it's not hard to see that the senior insurance market has all the ingredients of a stable and profitable career well into the foreseeable future. This makes for an attractive and meaningful career with purpose, flexibility, autonomy, and plenty of opportunities. A young agent doing all they can to learn about the industry and embrace tools and technology to gain efficiencies while utilizing social media to its fullest will have a promising career outlook for sure. And along the way, you may find yourself searching for an FMO to partner with. When you do, we are here to help you grow. Thanks for watching, best of luck, and happy selling out there.